Hey, what's up guys? Alex here from Hoppos. Another how-to video on how to replace a steel seal on a gear. So here is a standard gear. This is actually what creates the pressure in your guys' pump and makes your car go up and down. So this is steel seal, also known as shaft seal. So the reason why I'm going to teach you guys how to replace this guy. This is the #1 issue on guys overlocking. If you overlock your guys' pump, in other words, overpressurize the system, this one will go. And the way you can tell this will go, and the way you can tell that you have a bad one, is oil will be leaking into your motor. So if you have a motor that has oil dripping out of the bearing end cap or out of the cap, or you see it slightly smoking a little bit, a lot of times you have a bad steel seal or shaft seal. So I'm going to show you guys how to replace that. Quick video for you guys. Normally, of course, this pump would be mounted inside your guys' car or your trunk, but for the purpose of the video, I'm going to show you guys one that is already semi-disassembled. So there's a few tools you guys will be needing for this. You guys can use other stuff than this, but this is what I prefer. Flathead screwdriver, pair of channel locks or vice grips will also work, using a 1/2 inch or a 13, and then a 7/16. And then also lead hammer or rubber mallet. My lead hammer has seen better days, but this will do the job. So quick video, show you guys how to do it. So when you guys are doing this, you guys will have a motor connected on this side, and then this is going to be the tank. Your gear, which is this guy, will be mounted inside of the chrome tank or black tank, depending on how old your guys' system is. So I'll show you guys how to do it. One quick key or quick fact real quick. When you guys are doing this, a lot of times this will still have oil. So one quick and easy way to do this to save your oil or to not spill it everywhere, start with your pump with the tank side down. So go ahead and grab my 7/16, toss it on here real quick. I'm going to break apart the tank. Pretty quick, painless. 4 nuts. Put those off to the side. We'll be using those to put it back on later. And then what I do is I normally hold the whole tank and the block at once, and I'll lift it up over the tank rods and the vacuum plate. Take the vacuum plate and the tank rods, and we'll go ahead and move them off to the side for now. So remember, when you guys are doing this, this reservoir will be full of oil. So one thing I do normally recommend, again, tank on the bottom side, prevents you from doing a lot of cleanup. And then next step, a lot of times if you guys can't pry this off right here, a lot of times this is pretty hard to get off the block depending on how good your O-ring is. So that's why you're going to have a flathead. So normally the way I do this is I start from the bottom side. And when I say the bottom side, I mean the side with the actual bolt holes that mounts to your car. That way, if you guys do scratch or ding it, it's not so visible. So what I'm going to do is just get the flathead, and I'm going to put it right in between the tank and the block, just to pry it loose. And I do it on the side that actually has the most meat. You guys see it popped right off. And then just be gentle because this will be full of oil, and then now you could expose the gear. So we'll put this down, move my tank. It doesn't have any oil, but yours will. But move this tank off to the side, save that oil, or just to save you a mess. Alright, so this is going to be the process on how to do it. Next step from here, replace out your Makita or your impact, or if you guys are doing this by hand tools, you know, I'm going to be a little quicker than you, but just go ahead and put the video on pause and you guys can see this. So I'll be using a 1/2 inch right here. I'll be breaking these 4 screws loose. Some gears have 6 mounting, some have 4. In this case, this one's a standard street block, so this one's only running 4 of the actual bolts holding it onto the manifold or the block. So, and you can tell that by the way the nuts are and the bolts are facing. These are the tops of the bolts, and on this side I'm actually seeing the nuts. So obviously these guys right here are going to be what holds the gear together, and these 4 are going to be the ones that are actually holding the gear onto the block itself. So Here's a little close up. You can see the different colored screws on there. Again, some of you guys are going to have all 6, and then some of you guys are only going to have these 4 right here. So I'm going to break these guys loose. Normally I work my way all the way around, so it kind of lets the gear up evenly. Alright, so once all 4 are loose, you're going to take these guys off. And looks like I didn't get these last 2 here. Don't forget, some of your bolts are going to have lock washers on there, so make sure you don't lose those guys. So all 4 bolts are loose. Now this guy is still going to be stuck on your block, as you can see. So again, this is where your flathead is going to come into play. A lot of times on the block or on the gear itself, you could get a little opening, and sometimes you can rotate this guy off. As you can see, it's kind of spinning here. There it goes. Or if you can't, try to get this pried underneath and just pop it off like that. So this guy isn't going to be under pressure, so you guys don't be scared. A lot of guys always ask me that because they think the systems are always pressurized, but they are if the car is in the up position. If the car is in the down position, there isn't going to be any fluid or anything in here. And again, you guys are going to be doing this out of the car, so this is going to be the easiest way to do it. So pop that gear right off. You can see this is the steel seal, the shaft seal. As you can tell on this one, the steel seal, the shaft seal is slightly chewed up, and that's what's causing this guy to leak right here. So next step from here is going to get your channel locks or vice grips, whatever's going to work best for you guys. I'm going to move the block out of the way real quick so it's doesn't interfere. And this is where it gets tricky. You're going to want to get the channel locks and press up against the steel seal and grab it as tight as you can, but at the same time you want to leave a little gap. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little gap in between the actual body of the gear and the channel lock, so you don't scar the actual body. So I'm going to go ahead and put this off to the side and pop this guy out. So the way I do is I normally grab it and I just start rotating and at the same time slightly pulling pressure outwards. And normally this takes a few tries to get it out. You don't want to scar it. Don't do what I'm doing obviously right now. There we go. So steel seal is out. As you can tell on the steel seal, it's slightly chewed up. So that is the reason why we're going to be replacing this one. Once you pull the steel seal out using your channel locks, you're going to actually get the steel seal, pull it off, and that's what's going to be. This is the guy that will cause oil to leak in your motor. So if you're having oil leaking in the motor, there's only one way oil can get into your motor, and that's through this seal itself. So get this guy, throw it away, and we're going to get the next one. This is a brand new steel seal. You guys can purchase these on the website, hopplesonline.com. Top right hand corner, get the search bar and type in steel seal or shaft seal. So we'll take it out of the package, and there's the steel seal. On the steel seal, you guys want to be pretty gentle with them. I don't know if you'll be able to see in the video, but see on the little lip right there, on the inside lip, there's actually a spring that wraps around the inner rubber. That's actually what keeps the pressure against the shaft so the oil doesn't leak through. So this is where a lot of guys will mess up at. So you're going to actually put this on, push it down as far as you can, and then it's going to actually stop. Right here it's going to stop against the lip, and this is actually where you're going to have to press it in. When I say press, don't think I'm talking about like this massive 20-ton press. It's actually not that bad. And I'm going to do it the way most guys are going to be able to do it in the garage, because that's where most of you guys are building at. That way it's more of a real life experience for you guys. So we use an oversized socket which is slightly bigger than the shaft right here, and the easiest way to do it is slap this guy right over, and this is where my super worn outlet hammer is going to come into play. You're just going to slightly tap it in place, and you want to make sure you work it evenly around the edge. Try to get it as square as possible. Don't Hercules it and hit it in one shot on one side, because what's going to happen is going to kink it, and when it's kinked, it's going to either bend the outside of the seal or it's going to mess up the inner spring. So just slightly tap it. As you're tapping it, pull it up, check it, make sure that you're going in square. If you're not going in square, make sure you just adjust it and hit the side that's slightly up. So I was slightly up on the back side, so I'm going to just adjust it right here on this, hit by hitting this corner. One good tap. Alright. Steel seal has been replaced. Pretty quick and easy. A lot of guys don't realize how quick a lot of this stuff is. So there you go. Now we're going to go on putting all this back on. Normally one thing I do recommend is if you guys spent the time to take off the whole pump from the car, I normally tell you guys just to replace these O-rings. So replace your number 8 pressure O-ring, which is the main one that goes right here, and then replace your tank seal. This whole thing will probably cost you like 25 bucks. So it's not that bad, and normally it's a lot easier to do it all at once than to do this 3 or 4 times, because these seals are considered a one-time use. A lot of guys reuse them, but we don't recommend it. If you pull this guy out, just replace it. It's just the simplest way to keep your car up to date and everything. So pressure port, or this is going to be actual suction port, sorry. Suction port is going to go closest to my stomach, and the way I'm doing it is block the way it mounts closest to my stomach and drop that gear back on. I don't press it in place, I just slightly put it in place, and then I get the 4 screws and I just drop them in place right there. And the reason I do that is I want to get them all started. You never want to just go straight to it with the impact or anything like that with the wrench, because a lot of times you can't strip them. So we always try to just get them hand started first, that way it's easier. So get your Makita impact, or you could be doing this with a handheld wrench. And notice I did kind of go a crisscross pattern, and the reason I do that is to kind of pull the gear down evenly, just kind of like lug nuts on a tire. You want to go in the star pattern, same thing with this. I didn't go all the way down, there's still room on the bolts. And then from here, get them all going. Normally from here you're going to actually want to torque this guy, bring these to spec, torque them. Didn't grab my torque wrench, so I'm just going to hit it like this real quick. So after you hit it with this guy, make sure everything's all good. Then the next step is bringing this tank back in place. So grab the tank, make sure you put the tank port to the top, and then same thing with the actual ports on the block. So we'll get this guy mounted back up. And you want to try to line up your tank rod holes as close as possible to make it easy. And then pop this guy back on. There we go. Pop that back on. Remember, we're doing this with your oil back on. Normally when you do this, I recommend to change the oil, but I understand some of you guys can't. So if you can, change the oil. If you can't, then you could do exactly what I'm doing right here. So next step, bring the tank rods back on and the backing plate. There we go. Struggled a little bit, but I got it now. So all 4 are back on there. Start your nuts by hand. So they're all snugged up by hand. And now normally what I do is keep the backing plate squared with the block. I'll actually flip the tank like this. Make sure this is pressed down evenly, depending on which one you guys have. If you guys have RH backing plate, I do it this way because the bottom side's flat, and make sure everything's all leveled. So change out my impact real quick to 7/16, and these guys you're just gonna do a slight tighten on them, super quick. we're going to go ahead and wipe this guy back up. Take all the excess oil off of it. Bring this pump back to its glory, all shiny and everything. And there you go. How to rebuild or replace steel seal. So hopefully you guys got that. If the video is going too quick for you guys, make sure you guys just rewind that on YouTube, push pause, do what you gotta do, push play again. Make it a little easy for you guys. If you got a laptop, even easier, take it out to the garage with you guys. Alright, so hope you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully that taught you a little something. Again, everyone does this different. So before you guys even start typing these stupid comments in the bottom, this is how we do it. If you guys want to learn, cool. If you guys don't, just get off the page. It's pretty simple. But thank you guys, man. I appreciate it. All you guys that follow, all the guys that support, all the guys that love. Thank you guys for, you know, if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here. We strive to push great customer service. So thank you guys again. Instagram, Facebook, follow us.